Mike of Incubus, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
Hi Mike, how are you?
Good, how's it going?
Everything is going great. I mean, coming July 23rd will be your third trip to Malaysia. So, I mean, when we mentioned Malaysia, is there anything in specific you remember about Malaysia?
I remember that the concert that we played was in this place where there were all these horses, and it was really beautiful, and I wanted to ride the horses, but didn't have enough time. So maybe next time.
Alright, cool. So, you know what? The last time Incubus went touring around the world will be in 2008. So, I mean, what's been up since 2008? I hear that a lot of people took time off to work on their own personal stuff, family matters, and you particularly, you went back to school?
Well, I went to school for the first time. I decided to go to college because I never had the opportunity of going to university like most other, young people. So I decided to go to college. I went to Harvard, and I just finished my second year at school there. And yeah, that's what I've been up to for the last couple of years. And in fact, actually, one of my closest friends at Harvard was a girl from Malaysia, a girl named Kylie Francis. She's a fellow Harvard student. And she's one of my very good friends, so representing Malaysian students at Harvard.
Oh, nice. So, will you be looking for that friend of yours when you come to Malaysia, July 23rd?
I don't know if she's going to be there, but I'll be looking for many other friends in Malaysia.
Okay. Awesome. Now, you know what, Mike, we're going to be opening the question to the floor.
You've got your Promises cover contest running now. And
Yes.
One of the comments said that he looked at the score and he laughed. And he thinks, Mike, that you're showing off your musical prowess. So did Harvard teach you anything that you didn't already know? And of course, the second question is, getting back into the studio, did you expect it to be 5 years?
I think that people want to see the score, no? Seems like something that our fans would be interested in. At the time that we had the idea to share the score with our audience, with our fans, I don't know if it was before or after. It was before our album had been leaked onto the internet, so people hadn't heard the music yet, and so it seemed like a really cool idea to just share the score with the music, to share the score with the audience first, and see if they would be able to read it and come up with their own performances of it, and that got a little bit spoiled, but we're still going to do it anyway, and it seems like something that would be really fun, and yeah, and I'm very happy that I'm able to write music down now. It was something I wasn't able to do before I started studying, so not trying to show off, because I don't do it particularly well, but gotta start somehow. And no, we did not expect it to be 5 years at all. We just when we put out our last album, Light Grenades, it was we stayed on the road for quite a while, a couple of years of playing concerts, and it just seemed like a good time to take some time off, some time to do some other things. We'd been consistently traveling and making albums for, I don't know, 15 years or something like that, and so, it just felt like the right thing to do, to take a little bit of time away from it.
Thank you. Hi, Mike. I'm from News
Hi.
Time. I just had a question about your opinion on whether rock music is relevant today. Because Bob Geldof said this at South by Southwest Festival. He said there is a disappearing sense of purpose in music. Rock music needs to be against something to inspire discussion, arguments.
Well, I think that rock music is always relevant. It's very important, particularly for young people. It's kind of a young people's medium. Rock music is a way to just to release energy and to be expressive in a way that is unlike anything else, and I think that not just for young people, but for all, people of all different ages. Rock music represents freedom, really, in so many different ways, and it will never go away. It's too important to people, and yeah, in today's world, it's more relevant than ever, I think.
All right, cool.
Is that it? Cool.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Well, the CEO of King Talk's got a question for you, Mr. Jason Lowe.
Thanks.
Hi, Jason.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Okay. Thanks for coming down, man. We really look forward to seeing you guys when you're here in July.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. We're really excited about it.
So my question is you cried when you listened to Brandon's lyrics for the If Not Now When album, right?
Yes. Yes.
So I was wondering what gives the courage and how did Brandon actually made it to put it in this album?
I think that I'm the luckiest person in the world, excuse me, to be able to play in a band with somebody who I think is, the best singer of our generation. I think he's got the best voice of any singer of any band. And I feel lucky to be able to be writing music to help provide a platform for his lyrics and his thoughts and his ideas. And I think that he really took a major step forward with this album. I think the expressivity of his lyrics is much deeper. I think it's much more personal than it's ever been. Brandon is a really interesting, really intelligent person, and I think that it's easy when people are intelligent to kind of mask their emotions with all kinds of different rhetoric and fancy big words and things like that, and I've never seen Brandon write such straightforward material before than this album. It's definitely the most simple, the most concise, the most eloquent stuff I've ever heard from him, and I just can't, I can't tell everybody how excited I am about the music. I think it speaks for itself.
I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
The Petronas Twin Towers is one of the tallest twin buildings in the whole wide world. And if you
Yes.
guys were given a chance to bungee jump from the peak of the building, will you guys do it?
I would love to do it. That would be really fun. But you got to think about whether or not you want to have a concert.
Okay, never mind. Mike, you know what? I think we'll hook you up, or we'll get you guys to bungee jump off the KLCC tower after the show.
Okay, well, if you want more than one concert.
Your new single, Adolescence, it kind of takes me back to, I suppose, vintage Incubus sound. So I was just wondering, what can we expect with the new album? Are most of the other songs along the same lines, or are they basically a mixture of the many genres and styles you guys have done in the past?
I mean, it's tough for me to answer that question. I live so inside of the music, because having written that music, it's like, I don't know, I don't see it objectively the way that our fans do. But I would have to say that compared to the other songs on the album, Adolescence is really nothing like the albums. It's definitely kind of the link on this album to past Incubus music, but I think the album is, I think it's going to be very challenging for a lot of our fans, because our fans are going to have to listen for different things in our music than they've had to listen to in the past. I think that it's asking a lot of the people who are listening to us. But at the same time, there are a lot of through lines, a lot of things that are, obviously influenced by our past music. Again, it's hard for me to answer it, but the best thing that we can do as musicians, I think the only thing that we can do as musicians, is try and create almost like a photo album of like photographs snapshots of who we are at a very specific time and place, and that's what this album is. This album is, you know, it's 11 songs that are representative of who we are as a band right now, beginning from about 6 months ago, and that's it, you know. And every other one of our albums is just that exact same thing, but from different years, you know. Make Yourself came out in 1999. That was a picture of us in 1999, and you know, Crow Left of the Murder came out in 2003, I believe. You know, that was who we were then. And this is Incubus in 2011, and we're excited to share it with our fans.
I have 2 questions. The first question would be, what other different thing can we expect from Incubus this time around, considering you've been to Malaysia before, other than the possibility of you guys jumping on the Twin Towers?
Or riding horses.
Riding horses.
Well, I'm sure that we're going to play some new music there in KL. We'll play a lot of music. We know that our fans want to hear music from all of our albums, so we're going to do our best to you know, bring a really great set with a lot of different songs, but we'll also play new music, and I think that's the thing that most of us us in the band, we are the most excited about, is playing our music, our new songs for our fans. That's the best feeling, you know.
And another thing, it's been 5 years since you guys last recorded something in the studio, and I've always wondered, as a fan, what your inspirations are in terms of how you write your music and where your lyrics come from and where your compositions come from. So I was wondering, within the past 5 years, have your inspirations changed? And if they have, who or what inspires you now? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for those questions. You know, I would have to say that the time that we spent away from the band over the last few years really kind of gave us a fresh shot of inspiration. I know that for me personally, going and being a student was probably the most inspiring thing that I could ever have possibly done. I spent a year studying human evolutionary biology, which is something that fascinates me. Spent a lot of time studying history and philosophy of science, of quantum physics, and Einstein's work in physics. So going and studying some of the great mysteries of life really perked me up in order to get my attention back to writing music again.
You guys are working on your 7th studio album right now. So out of all the studio albums you put together so far, which album or song connects or mean the most to you and why?
It's a really hard question to answer because they all mean so much to me. I think that my relationship with the music is completely, totally different than a fan would be, you know. So they're all like our children, you know. That's like having to pick your favorite child. So I can't I can't pick a favorite child, but I can say that our favorite album is always the newest one. That's always going to be our favorite one, because if it weren't, it would kind of suck, you know, to be like, oh yeah, we're going to put this new album out, but yeah, we don't think it's quite as good as the last one, but you know, it's just, that doesn't make any sense. So we'll only put an album out if we think it's the best album that we've ever made, or it's the best album that we could possibly make. And that's what we've got now. I think we've got the best album that we've ever made. And if not now, when? It's the title.
All right, cool. Thank you so much. Now, before we conclude this press conference, Mike, do you have anything to say to all your fans here in Malaysia?
I just want to say, thank you to our Malaysian fans for supporting us. You guys are the best. We're all so excited to be back on the road and to be back playing music, and we can't wait to come there and meet all of you guys in person and rock your faces off.
Yeah, somebody from the back said, make sure you do it.
Oh yes, we'll do it, don't worry. Careful what you ask for.
All right, Mike, thank you so much for taking time. And we will see you soon, the 23rd of July. We're going to rock together with Incubus. So see you then.